Good morning, dear children, and welcome back to our social studies class. So, we are going to start with the chapter number 6, Major Landforms. And in the first explanation, I have explained you about mountains, plateaus, and their importance. And today, we are going to start with plains. Plains are the vast stretches of flat, mainly grassy areas. They are not more than 200 meters above the sea level. Some plains have very level land, others may be slightly rolling or undulating. A plain is a broad or vast area of relatively flat land with grassy area. Plains are one of the major landform or types of land on earth. They cover more than one third of the world's land area. Plains exist on every continent, and plains may be leveled or slightly rolling, or they may be high or low. They are located around 200 meters above the sea level, not more than that. Plains are divided into two groups. A. Coastal plains bordering the sea, means the areas which are on the sea or they are bordering the sea. Then second one, interior plains located in the plains. The areas which are inside the coastal plains, they will be called as interior plains. Children, this is the south part of India. Here we have Arabian Sea and we have Bay of Bengal on the right. So this line, this is bordering the sea, this is touching the Bay of Bengal, so this is called the coastline, and the area which is coming here, this will be called as coastal plains, and the area which is inside the coastal plains, that is called as interior plains. And same is here, this is the coastline going and this is the coastal area, and these are the interior plains. Most of the plains are formed by the rivers and their tributaries. The river deposits the silt brought down from the mountains along the riverbed. Over a period of time, these deposits led to the formation of plains. The Gangetic plains in India are formed by the silt deposited by river Ganga. Most of the plains are formed by the rivers and their tributaries. Here, tributary means a river or a stream flowing into a larger river or lake. When the river flows from the mountains, they also bring silt with them. Children, silt here means that fine sand, clay or other material carried by running water and deposited along the riverbed. And after that, over a long period of time, these deposits led to the formation of a plain. As for example, the Gangetic plain in India is also formed by the same process as silt deposited by the river Ganga, which is brought down from the Himalayas. Plains cover 55% of the Earth's land surface and 90% of the Earth's population lives on plains. In India, Indo-Gangetic plains are the mostly thickly populated regions of the country. Plains cover 55% of the Earth's total land surface area, and 90% of the Earth's population lives on plains. As for example, the Indo-Gangetic plains in India are the most thickly populated area of the country. Now we come to the importance of plains. So the first point is, plains provide highly fertile and productive land for cultivation where large variety of crops can be grown. Plains provide us with the best and highly fertile and productive land which is best for cultivation and for growing a large variety of crops because of the quality of the soil present in the plains. Then we come to the second point, that is, they are thickly populated because life is more comfortable on plains. Children, many of you must have visited one or the other hill stations. Do you think it is so easy to live there? The life is very tough on mountains and hilly areas. All the things are not easily available on hilly areas as they are on plains. So that is why the plains are more and the most thickly populated areas. Then the third point is, Many towns and cities are situated in plains. Again, because of the easy availability of the daily requirements, which is not so easily available on mountains, so the cities and towns are mostly located on plains. Then it is easier to construct roads and houses on plains than on mountains. Children, why it is very easy to construct roads and houses on plains than on mountains? Why? Because children, you must have seen the houses on hill station. Are they closely constructed? No. You won't find much houses over there. Why? Because it is very difficult to construct a house on a hill, as the building material is not easily available on the mountains as they are easily available on the plains. Then the last point is they provide more opportunities for employment. As we are living on plains provide us with more job opportunities because of its population and vastly populated area. So children, this was all about plains and its importance. So now let's begin with deserts. Some parts of a country are covered with sand. A sandy land is called a desert. This type of land is found in the northwestern part of the country and is known as the Thar Desert. This area is hot and dry. There is a scanty rainfall, scanty means very less, and have no permanent rivers. Very few plants grow here. Cactus is the only plant found in abundance here. The camel is an important means of transport in the desert area. So children, as you all know that deserts are the places which are covered by sand. In India also we have a desert known as Thar Desert and is located in the northwestern part of our country, that is in the Rajasthan. It is one of the major hot deserts in the world with the highest population density. It is very hot and dry in the desert as there is very less rainfall and moreover they don't have any permanent river. Plants cannot be grown here and cactus is the only plant which is found abundantly in the desert area. Camel is the only means of transportation and it is also known as the ship of the desert because it runs very fast in the desert because of its padded feet and it can live without water for many days. So now we come to the importance of deserts. First one is deserts are the primary source of table salt, borates, potassium and sodium nitrates and gypsum. Half of the world's stores of fossil fuels come from the desert lands, including oil and natural gas. Then third, about half of the world's diamond, copper, gold, bauxite, iron ore and uranium ore come from the desert as well. So children, deserts are the major and great source of many minerals and chemicals to human beings like borates, table salt, potassium, etc. And whatever the amount of fossil fuel we have, half of it comes from the deserts. Children, here fossil fuel means natural fuel such as coal or gas formed thousands of years ago from the remains of living organisms like plants and animals. And beside minerals and chemicals and fossil fuels, deserts also provide us with the world's half of the diamonds, copper, gold, bauxite, iron ore and the uranium ores. Well children, uranium here I would like to tell you that it is an element as it provides us with nuclear fuel used to generate electricity in nuclear power station. So children, this was all about plains, deserts and their importance. So children, today we have done till here only, and rest of the chapter we'll continue in the third explanation. Till then, take care. Bye.